Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm M, welcome to OMNIIMAGO. Today we're going to stay in this metaverse and touch a few topics that might change your life in a positive way. As an initial starting point, if I'm making any change moves here, it's just because I'm in a metaverse. So stand with me, stay till the end, and apologies upfront for any strange moves or strange behaviors, like me not having anything under the desk. I have no feet. So let's get started in this metaverse topic about dream job. So what we're going to discuss today is going to be, first, how to get your dream job, how to pass the interview for your dream job, then how to prepare your elevator pitch and be successful in your elevator pitch, and the third topic that might be related to a job interview or not, it will be about challenging conversations and how to deal with challenging conversations. So let's get started with the very first topic, how to get your dream interview today. So as you know from the previous videos on OMNIIMAGO, also you know from some of the articles and the posts that are available for you on omniimago.com, the very first and most important thing is for you to be prepared. So really to be as prepared as possible, to be the most prepared person in the room regarding the company, regarding the role, regarding your experience, regarding everything, to be very, very well prepared. And this preparation is going to be based also on your personal research. Everything that you are going to do upfront will bring you a very great plus for getting the interview. Then another topic that you might need to know, or you might take into consideration. You can see that I have this gray t-shirt and I have this jacket. So I'm prepared to get the interview with you, to get the interview with the company, but try to be dressed in the way that the company is waiting for you to be dressed. In some cases, what happened for me was really to have some doubts regarding the dress code. And what I did was to ask the hiring manager or the HR person that I was interacting with, which should be the dress code? How should I dress? Should I be more official or less official? Should I take a shirt or a t-shirt? Should I have a jacket or a suit? Let me know about the dress standards that you have for this interview. And in most cases, what happened was that they said it's better for you to dress in a professional way. So really to take your shirt, your jacket or your suit, and to think about being as professional as possible, even if the company is very open-minded or has a really flexible standards regarding the dress code. So think about the dress code. Then it's very, very important for you to keep in mind that you need to be early. You need to be 5, 10, 15 minutes earlier than estimated for the interview. So if you are not familiar with the location, it's not online, it's not the video call that we are going to do, but you actually need to go somewhere. Think about the location, think about timing, think about any potential traffic jam that you might face, and try to be early to make your good impression, and also to showcase the fact that you have a good time management and you are a genuine professional in any circumstance for any kind of activity. Because if you are going to be late and then you are going to talk about your projects where you met the deadline, people might remain with a certain doubt. Is it really like this or not? We don't know. So try to be as early as possible, not too early. So not to be 2-3 hours in advance, but 10-15 minutes should do perfectly for your job interview. Then it's very important to pay attention about anything. So there might be some small details that you need to see. Also to pay attention to the hiring team, the HR, the hiring manager, and how do you actually show that you are paying attention. There are multiple ways of showcasing the fact that you are paying attention, but one of the most efficient ones, and also that could work in your favor, is to ask questions. So really to think about anything that is being said to you, and then to say, you know what, I have a question regarding with what you just said. This way you are going to keep the conversation, keep the interaction up, interactive, dynamic, and also you are going to show that you are actually paying attention to them. Then use and think about your strategy and how you can actually prepare your plan upfront for getting the job. So which is actually your plan? It's preparation during the interview, what you're going to do. If you have doubts or you have any kind of questions, then again you can go on omniimago.com and read the posts that are there. You can also watch the videos that are available on YouTube on OMNIIMAGO. So there are a lot of resources that you can use. And it's really important for you to have your strategy and your plan well set up for success. Then when it's about the salary, keep in mind that even that it's a quite sensitive topic, it's recommended for you not to be the person that is going to mention the salary first. Then if you are being asked about the salary, you need to respond. But if you are not being asked to do it, try to get the hiring team and the hiring manager and the company spokespeople about the salary, and not for you to be the first person to discuss about it. If you need to mention the salary expectations, you can simply mention or have within your strategy prepared a sort of speech, a dedicated speech about why your salary expectations are in a specific direction and which abilities, competencies, experience are linked with your salary expectations, and also your previous role, your previous salary, to mention it and to think about this as let's say a reference for why you are asking a specific salary. Then another thing related and not related with the salary is being nice. Really to be nice, to be polite, but also to be relaxed, not to show any kind of stress or fear, or to think I'm going to go to this interview and they are going to, I don't know, ask me a lot of questions about myself, so it's going to be a stressful experience. No, think positively and also be nice with the people that you are interacting with, and be you. Be yourself. It's very, very important. Now, let's move ahead with the following topic. The topic regarding the elevator pitch. If we imagine the current environment, the current business environment, that's the period that we are living now. So starting with February, March till May, June, it's the best hiring period that we have along the year. And then after the summer breaks, the vacation, from September, October till November, it's another period, but this is one of the most active one. And also we need to think about the current status, current business status, where some companies are shifting back from the virtual environment, working from home, to an office approach, to working back in the office. So there is this kind of shift back to office, and also aside of this, there are a lot of roles that are popping out, on-site or virtual roles, that you can take if those roles are fitting your expectations, if you really want to have those expectations. But what if you're going to find yourself in a situation where, let's imagine that you are in front of an elevator, and with you waiting for the elevator, you have one of the decision makers for a company, or it's a very powerful person that you are meeting by chance, and then you need to present yourself, and you need to showcase your professional value in a very, very short period of time. So the elevator pitch is being imagined like you waiting for the elevator along with one decision maker, and you know that you have a couple of floors, or let's say that you have 7 or 8 floors, until when you are going to have time to speak with that person. So the elevator pitch, it's a really condensed presentation of yourself, where you are trying to present the core of everything, and also to highlight the fact that you are a special person, you are a great person, and that very powerful person needs to know better, and mainly needs to invite to learn more. So really to have sort of interview presented to you ad hoc at the spot, just because you have the best possible elevator pitch. Thinking about the elevator pitch, you need to practice, you need to constantly improve the way that you are presenting yourself, and also to improve your elevator pitch. And this comes with a lot of practice, but also about thinking about some details, small details, that are very, very important when presenting yourself. So avoid using jargon. What I'm referring by this is to avoid using, for instance, terms like ASAP, or year to date, or any kind of acronyms or jargon that might not be understood by the other persons. Try to keep it as simple as possible and understandable for any person. Make your expectations like you are going to present yourself in a very, very simple way that can be understood by any person, by a child, by any kind of person, just because you are keeping it simple. Then you need to focus on them, not on you. You need to present your value proposition based on what's it's in for them. So which is the value that you have for them, and what them or that specific person can have by simply working with you or having the opportunity to collaborate with you. Use your examples again in a very simple and concrete way. So avoid using complex or hard to understand examples. One way of approaching a very straightforward way can be using the STAR model. What's the STAR model? It's actually a situation, task, action, and result based presentation. So the STAR model could be a very powerful tool for you to stay as concrete as possible, to be straightforward, and also to explain yourself in a very logical and impactful manner. Highlight your strengths. In the videos that you know from OMNIIMAGO, and also in the articles that you can find on omniimago.com, we are talking about also tell me about your weaknesses, but in your own elevator pitch, you are going to insist on your strengths. But again, thinking about the strengths that you have in favor and for the person that you are interacting with. So think about your strengths applicable to the benefits to that specific company. So what the company and what that person can receive from you based on your strengths. Be as positive and dynamic when you are talking about, when you are presenting your sales pitch, or not sales pitch, it's sales in some way, but we are talking about the elevator pitch. Be as dynamic as possible when you are going to talk about yourself, when you are going to present yourself, and keep your attention on you, using also gestures like you can see here in this classroom, and also ensure that you have still room for questions at the end. So there is still space for you to be asked at least one question. So not to be a monologue, but to ensure that that person is going to be able to ask you questions. Now, let's move to our third topic, which is dealing with difficult conversations. As you can see, I'm all alone in this classroom, but there are cases when during the job interview, might be the case or not, to have difficult conversations, and also to our professional and personal day-to-day life. When you are going to deal with difficult conversations, it's very important to be aware about the fact that that's a difficult conversation. So really to be as straightforward as possible. That doesn't mean that you need to be stressed or to think about, oh my god, what I'm going to do. No, but to be fair with yourself and to be aware that that's going to be tough. That's going to be a difficult conversation. But we are going to find a solution together. Then start by telling the truth and think about, again, a certain model where you are going to present the topic or the discussion topic that you want to address to that person. Again, the STAR model could be a way of presenting the situation, because it's not about people. So when the situation, the conversation is tough, it's not because it's about somebody. It's a tough situation to be addressed, and the complex path that you need to take to find a solution, and you need to collaborate and discuss with that specific person. Then take your responsibility on your part. So don't leave everything to that person and say that's with you, it's a difficult situation, so you need to deal with it. No, you can depending on the kind of topic that you are going to address, to take your part of responsibility and to collaborate with that person, and to be focused on the solution and not about the blame. It's your fault, it's my fault, doesn't matter. That's not the kind of approach that can actually make a conversation useful, or a conversation that could lead to a solution. So focus on the solution that you want to propose. Again, you use your 2 years and 1 month in a very efficient way. So listen actively, use your 2 years to listen and your 1 month to talk. So try to talk as efficient as possible, but avoid over talking, and if needed you can over listen. It's very, very useful. Then leave the emotion flow that you might have, or depending on how the discussion is going to go and to flow, leave your emotions aside, and again focus on the solution. Ask the other person perspective. So what do you think about this? What do you propose to solve this? What's your view on this? Ask all those questions, because that's going to be very, very important, and it's going to help you also solve the situation and go ahead with your challenging conversation until you find the best solution out of that conversation. Shape your communication styles based on how the conversation is going. So think about how to recalibrate the way that you are communicating based on how the communication is going. So those are the 3 topics that we wanted to discuss today. You have also some articles and support on omniimago.com that I would invite you to also to check. You are going to see all of them in the description below. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, put a like. If you have any kind of comments or questions, or you simply want to address something, feel free to add them in the comments below. Thank you for now, and have a perfect day ahead. Bye bye.